Let's welcome Fox News contributor Joe Concha. Joe, always great to see you, especially on a Friday night. So we're looking at Elon Musk here. His 130 days are up. The threats were made. The Teslas were vandalized. The tears were shed. The stock dropped. You had the oligarchy tours created. And now they're just saying, well, he was not a big deal.
It's a great point, Jackie. And if we lived in a sane and sober world, Elon Musk would be heralded as an unselfish hero, acting in the best interests of the country. You know, I read this interview that Elon Musk did back in December before the inauguration, and he truly felt that the mission of DOGE would be embraced in a bipartisan manner, because who would possibly be against fraud and waste and abuse and corruption? And sure enough, Democrats, aided by its allies in the media, when they talk about threats to democracy, they're really talking about threats to democracy. And Musk was attacked and smeared personally, as you just reported, again, that we've talked about on this network for several months. Tesla dealerships were firebombed. They were even shot at, all while Democrats refused to even condemn such violence, while the media mostly dismissed it. But in the end, I think history will be kind to Elon Musk, because he carried out a mission that most Americans agree with, even if some Democrats will only do so privately. But in the end, if you just talk about, do you agree that the government is too bloated, that there's too much abuse, too much waste? Most people would say yes. The minute you start to add names like Musk and Trump into it, then suddenly the opinions change.
That's where the rub comes in. And of course, DOGE is posting updates about the cuts, $175 billion. But the Democrats keep screaming bloody murder because he didn't get to the $2 trillion mark in just a couple of months, okay? DOGE, they deactivated over 500,000 government credit cards across 32 agencies. Also, agencies have just terminated 160 wasteful contracts valued at another $283 million. Defense Secretary Hegseth announcing he's canceling $5 billion in wasteful consultant contracts. Listen.
Defense Department has become very much over-reliant on management, consultants, and contractors. This joint team conducted a line-by-line audit of over 50 contract vehicles. These, combined with other reviews over the past 2 weeks, have resulted in, get this, more than $5 billion in savings for the Department of Defense. Yes, $5 billion in addition to the over $5 billion we've already found in working with DOGE. So that brings the tally now to over $10 billion in real savings at the Department of Defense working with DOGE, converting consultants into combat power.
And here's the thing, Joe. They went after him. They called him a Nazi. But at the end of the day, it's about dollars and cents. What they don't like is what he did do at DOGE, and that's why they're trying to downplay it.
Right, that's the thing, though. Well, he didn't get to $1 trillion. Well, $175 billion is $175 billion more than any Democrat has actually tried to cut from the federal government. In fact, they try to spend more, as we saw during the Biden administration. And when you hear $5 billion here and $5 billion there from Secretary Hegseth, for example, well, shavings make a pile after a while. And if you keep finding this stuff, it's just amazing what he uncovered, Elon Musk. And I think the biggest story is that apparently $4.7 trillion with a T, Jackie. There was spending going on where there's supposed to be something labeled attached to that spending, and we don't know where it went. So if we could figure out that part, there's where the big spending cuts could come in, no question.
Great to see you, Joe. As always, have a great weekend. Thank you.
You too, Jackie. Say hi to Friday on Friday.
I will.